Hey, Ophiuchus, welcome back. All right, Ophiuchus, let's go ahead and jump on in and see where the storyline is going to take us. Looking for kind of the softer energy, the more open energy. We begin with an Eight of Swords and the Chariot. So, do we have a Cancerian that feels blocked, or do we have a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy that's overthinking things in regards to moving forward? Um, Eight of Swords is stuck. But we have a serpent here. Somebody's stuck on the change that needs to be made in order to move forward. The thing is, because I feel like this person is stuck on a choice they already made. They moved in maybe the wrong direction because they're stuck on the past. This Chariot is like the moves they already made, and they're stuck on that. Hi, Lindsay. Good to see you, darling. Brad, hey. We got Ace of Wands. We'll see, Lindsay, if Sassy Kate comes riding out on her hog tonight or not. We never know. The fact that we've got this vibe of somebody stuck on their choice that they already made in the past. And I feel like it's because they wish they could reach and grab a hold of that again. I almost feel like what this feels like to me is somebody, that Richard Marx song, Endless Summer Nights. It feels like somebody is remembering like a very passionate romance, and they're stuck in that memory. They remember something with Ophiuchus. They remember, like reaching out to Ophiuchus. They remember, I feel like this is like turquoise water and, tan sand, or somebody spent time at some resorts that has like, rust and turquoise motif to it, maybe even like desert scenario, or like stucco or adobe, but with turquoise water. But it's like they remember some fabulous thing that already happened, and they're stuck in that memory of the past. They're wishing they could change it and go back to that memory. Why? If somebody wants to be stuck on a memory, what is it that they wish they had done differently so they could still have it? Or is it like, well, there's nothing I could have done different, but I just want that back? Knight of Wands, Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles, Four of Swords. Okay, so this is definitely about a passionate encounter for this storytelling. Someone is remembering, like night and day, day and night, they're remembering some romantic time that they experienced. This could have been they met Ophiuchus while they were on vacation, or some wonderful like weekend, or some it feels like it was a passionate but brief encounter, and yet it was something that stays in their mind. Now, if this person is used to having passionate but brief encounters, let me tell you, this is the one that never leaves their mind. They haven't forgotten Ophiuchus. They kind of live in that memory, in that space. That Three of Cups, it was actually really, really special. And even though this is a Three of Cups, we don't see three cups. We only see one. And we've got kind of like a Mardi Gras theme going on here as well. But we also have like Groundhog Day, like because that looks like a little groundhog. Maybe because Groundhog Day doesn't come up in February, right? February or March. I'm wondering if this is their memory is associated with a certain time, a certain place, but they live in this memory, and it's like maybe it's just representing the Groundhog Day aspect. They remember that amazing time that they had where they connected. Maybe it was over a glass of wine. Maybe it was they shared some big fancy, those gigantic margaritas that are like, as big as like a gigantic aquarium fish tank. It feels like there was an element of wearing a mask, even though there was also this wonderful ability to work together. But there was something here, like the money became a bit of a mask. I don't know if one character had more money than the other. There was a lot of intense eye contact, and these characters, I don't know if it was blue eyes and the other had green eyes, or if someone's eyes turned from blue to green, or somebody had a slightly different colored eye from the other, or there was like really amazing shiny eyes. Maybe that's because they were drinking a gigantic fishbowl of of rum. I don't know. But somebody had real shiny, shiny, shiny eyes, or they commented on what amazing eyes this character has. It's funny because it's kind of like green eyes and reddish hair, or someone who dyed their hair red, kind of short cut also, or like kind of like, I don't know if I would call it bangs necessarily, but they could have longer hair, but it was pulled back. I don't know. There's something here where it was like mesmerizing eyes, even to the point of saying like reptile or cat eyes, like a human being that had very unique eyes. But they live in this memory of what they wish they could go back to, which was the passion. But it wasn't just about the passion. There was romance, yes, but there was also this amazing energy of the togetherness and the, sharing a drink together and feeling like, oh my God, I click with this person and they click with me. It was like everything was just right. It was just simpatico, the time was right. The night was right. The lighting was right. The conversation was right. A situation where two people were just able to like really vibe occurred, and then silence. Four of Swords. I don't know if both of them didn't know how to pick up the conversation again after this. You notice how with this Four of Swords, we really just see the one sword that's separating the two. And they both kind of are sitting here like with their little ear up to the side of the sword, like, I don't hear them. Are they going to reach out to me? Well, I don't know. Are they going to reach out to me? Maybe the night came to a close and nobody asked for the other one's number. And it's like, okay, bye. And that was it. And neither person knew how to proceed. This was an abrupt, silent ending, is what this storyline says. And it doesn't make sense because they were both feeling the vibe. But this character in particular, man, do they ever remember this? This stays in their memory, and it's the death card. Something has transformed, and it's actually transformed them. This experience has transformed them. These memories that keep kind of like blossoming out of their skull is transforming them. They don't forget it. They're more laser focused on it now. As time has passed, and you would think that the memory fades, and you notice now we're down to the skull here. The skull is kind of like down to the bare bones, and we could think of it as like decaying. Like a memory should decay and disappear, and instead of something decaying, it got more real, it got more authentic. We stripped away everything else, and what we realize is this has actually been like festering in this person's mind and is growing. So we've got a person who, it's instead of the ending of this connection, it's transformed them. The idea of how important this meeting was has become larger than life for them. The idea of how important Ophiuchus was, and that maybe very brief time that they shared with Ophiuchus, they're realizing how important that actually was. It is still. I think this is a stunner for them. Maybe this was supposed to just be a fun flirt. Maybe this was supposed to be one night of passion or a couple nights at best, but those were like the best nights of their life. And it has, instead of fading, Ophiuchus has been seared into their brain. Jean Bell, thank you, Angel. Thank you so much. You were so generous. Thank you, honey. We got the Three of Swords in the reverse. The memory of Ophiuchus has not only made a major impact in them and the way they think maybe about love and romance, but having met Ophiuchus has actually healed something in them. If they used to be a Knight of Wands because maybe this person said, oh, I'm never going to get too close to anybody. I don't do love. I just do passion. Sorry, I'm thinking of a 50 Cent song right now. Well, we'll move on. I'm not going to quote it right now. But anyway, I feel like they might have thought that, but this brief encounter stayed with them. And the reason maybe they thought that they don't do romance is because they're actually still brokenhearted without knowing it. But somehow, even retroactively, even just living in this past moment and realizing that was so different, what I experienced with this Ophiuchus, the memories I have with them, those memories they've transformed me. They've healed me. I actually really do believe in love because I think I fell in love. That's what this is looking like. I think they're realizing the reason this memory matters so much is because it was super healing. It's changed them a lot. And I think that there's real love here. We have a Two of Wands in the reverse. We have the Justice card upright. This was handled wrong, and they know that undoubtedly. This something has shifted. Their karma has improved because their soul has healed, and that's all because they met this Ophiuchus, and this maybe chance meeting or brief passionate encounter made such an impact in their life. But it's like, holy smokes, I owe something to this Ophiuchus. I mean, I'm passionate about them and still think of them all the time, but I'm realizing this was a really important thing and it was handled all wrong. It wasn't given the gravity. This was brief, but it was so powerful, so meaningful. And if something is that meaningful, why was it so brief? Like, that's where the injustice is. This was wrong. This isn't the way it was supposed to be. I think that's why they can't get over this. They're realizing that wasn't the way it was supposed to go. This was an important connection in my life, even though it was brief. Ace of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, the Devil, and the Nine of Cups. So what are they going to do about it, right? Ace of Pentacles, they're thinking an awful lot. Could I somehow either track down Ophiuchus, or maybe say, could we meet again? Could we do this all over again? Would Ophiuchus want to? Oh God, what if Ophiuchus has somebody else? It's like their brain suddenly is like cracking open with all of their nervousness, but also the excitement of, wait a second, if I know that that's not the way it was supposed to go, I wasn't supposed to let this one go. I need to reconnect with Ophiuchus. What if I can fix it? Since I can't let it go, what if I could recreate it but do it differently? Oh God, that would be amazing. But what if Ophiuchus has somebody else? So their fears are kind of like, now that they're making this acknowledgement and they're making a plan, the fears kind of pop up also with that Devil card, but so does the excitement. You notice that their head is like wide open in both of these. The big scary stuff is popping out, but so is this incredible happiness, because it's like, well, I don't know. What if Ophiuchus feels this way about me, but what if they don't? Well, I won't know, but I'm excited to try to go find this out. So are they taking action toward Ophiuchus? Five of Swords. Five of Swords is normally a big fat blockage, but this doesn't look like a blockage. This looks like some sweet little, I don't really know what animal that is, to be honest. It kind of looks like a baby deer, but it's not. It's some other creature. This is not a blockage per se, but it's something that hasn't taken full shape yet, full form. And I say that because I can't even tell what animal that is. It's not quite a baby deer. That almost could be like a baby fox or something. It's a little unintelligible to me. Five of Cups in the reverse. Fives are numbers of change. And the fact that we got two fives here, they're working through stuff. This is not going to be a loss, but they also don't quite know how to proceed yet. But they know action has to happen. Things have to change. This kind of also, to me, looks like, the emblem on the front of a car, or in olden times, like the mast of a ship that would have like a carving on the I guess that would be the bow of the ship. It kind of feels like leaning forward, like I've got to move forward. I just don't really know if I'm going to be well received, but it's trying is going to be a damn sight better than just not trying at all. Temperance and Nine of Wands. So they're just about to make their move. They're kind of like, I feel like this is somebody who's like wiping the sweat off their palms, taking a deep breath. Okay, I'm balancing my nerves. And then this Nine of Wands is like that wounded warrior where it's like, okay, I've gathered my courage. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back to that battlefield one more time. I feel like they're going to be very heroic. By the way, somebody could have like Aztec or something in their background, or that's Aztec, Mayan, somewhere in like central or southern Mexico. The turquoise is really prominent to me. And now we see like kind of it almost makes me think of like an artistic representation of like Quetzalcoatl or something. It feels like, the serpent god or something that we see here. And so I think of Aztec, Mayan. This character could have like a spirit animal or have a spiritual belief system, or there's some connection to other like cultural beliefs in general here. They're ready to go ahead and make their move, even though they don't know how they're going to be received. Good for them. Good for them. Boy, this has been quite the journey for this character. So what happens? What happens? We've got a 6 of Wands. It's a nice 6 of Wands too. I feel like at minimum, Ophiuchus is going to feel really, really, really good to hear from this person in this storyline. And again, we've got feathers. It's not Quetzalcoatl because it's not like a feathered serpent. It's more like a blend between like an angel and a bird being blended together. But again, with a spiritual concept, there's a lot of feathers here. There's a feathers here. There's a feathers here. Maybe that's in the bird here. I feel like, feathers are kind of like messengers. And even here we have feathers on the outside of the hood ornament, if you want to call it that. It feels like everything is kind of like pushing these two back into a union because this is an important union. There's a chance for a ton of success, but I think at minimum it's going to make our Ophiuchus feel really, really good to hear from this person and to hear that this mattered to them. And I think that that's the thing that's so important, that this mattered to me. That 9 of Cups, the happiness that they feel, even though it's mingled with that nervousness that we saw with the Devil card, there's this beautiful embrace. Like, I think this person cannot wait to embrace Ophiuchus again. It's really sweet, actually. I'm glad that they realized what important this connection was, even if it was like a little bit in retrospect. I just think that they didn't realize how important this was because they didn't realize, how much it healed them, how different this connection was than anything else. But it feels like it was a very perfect connection. And then they kind of like let it go. And then we're like, what did I just do? So, all right, you guys, I'm going to leave this one here. Thanks so much for hanging out. Hey, Barbara, good to see you, beauty. The Cosmo Guy, great to see you. Thanks for popping by. Thank you again, Jean Bell. You're so kind. Voyager 2, thank you, hun. May Ali Design, thanks for popping in. All right, you guys. Hi, Tammy. Thank you, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, Miss Hermit. And thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing if you do enjoy the Ophiuchus stories. Bye, guys.